Shouldn't be too much longer, guys. Just uploading the world save to the server. Now that we've done a little bit more on the single player world, I had to re-upload it to the server and it's taking longer than expected. But everything does seem to be working as far as I can see, so we'll see how we go today. Oh, the irony. Alright, let us get started. I'm going to swap over to the research tree. Some of you may have seen this on Saturday for those who are able to watch then. But I decided not to upload that as a video on demand because I didn't actually end up getting any gameplay. Yes, and what is the error? The reason I said the irony was because it looks like the server finally started accurately, and then the actual game itself crashed as it tried to add the what's it called, shader back on. So I think it's just a lack of RAM, something along those lines, and restarting it will fix the problem with the shader already in packet. This is an issue I've had multiple times now. Still frustrating. Anyway, let's get that tech tree up. So I did a little bit of work on the tech tree on Saturday morning, I think it was. Let's put that up so that you can see it as well. Well, we've still got the music in the background, so we've got to start. So at the moment, alright. So we'll show the Paleolithic era first. So for those who haven't seen any of the episodes yet, we started at the Paleolithic era. So absolutely no technologies, no abilities, literally digging a hole in the ground in order to hide overnight. Because the difficulty is set to hard. Let's put the camera up, hey? So difficulty is set to hard. Let's move that over a bit. And I'm not the best combatant, so realistically hiding a hole is my only option. We have now finished the Paleolithic era. Did I think at the end of episode 2, I think. So we now have access to wooden tools. We can use chests in a very limited fashion. We can bury things, which honestly doesn't have much of a benefit at the moment. It's more beneficial for if I die, but I'm not planning on dying anytime soon, in game or real life. So it's not overly helpful, but it is the precursor to polytheism. Trading posts are helpful. That allowed us to get the coinage we needed to do the upgrades. And it's sort of the start of settlements, to be honest. It's somewhere where people would, as they travelled around in nomadic methods, they'd cross paths with another group, do a little bit of trading, then move on, and those places just sort of, you know, you'd go there. Yes, you were only intending to pass through, but you would go there expecting to meet others to do some trade. So we've also got fire and we got beds as well. And then we move on to the Mesolithic era. Let's show the Mesolithic era. What's that? That's the start of the Neolithic. Alright. And so now you can see the Mesolithic era. The tech tree is now finished, I think. Oh, Minecraft got up very quickly. Is the shader on? Yes. Awesome. Alright, let's finish talking about this. So we've got... do we have any research? Yeah. So we've got leather satchels. That's the only research we've got completed from the Mesolithic era. So it allows us to use 2 rows in our chests rather than a single. which is awesome. It was getting to the point where I had so many chests around the place. Half of them were researchers from the Paleolithic era, but the other half were just storage of items, and I was throwing out a whole heap of items that would have been useful at some point, even if not immediately. Hi, Blue Platypus. So yeah, it was just really nice to get that second row. To some degree, a lot of players, myself included, waste space by holding onto items they don't really need. It's a little bit different in this. There's a lot of items that I don't need or can't use at the moment, but may use in the future. There's also the aspect that there's a lot of extra uses for items that are not in vanilla Minecraft. So things like seeds, you get to the point where you've got so many seeds that you throw them away, don't bother collecting them, or put them in the composter if you really want bone meal. However, you are able to make oils out of seeds with some of the mods that I've got. I don't think for consumption, I don't think any of the food mods that I've got use oils, but you can make, what's it called, biodiesel out of these things. So I'm going to want thousands and thousands of seeds so that I can put them in a mechanical press, turn them into oil, and then turn them into ethanol and biodiesel to fuel my civilization. Now, of course, my character doesn't know that. However, I'm still wanting to keep those things where I can. So obviously those are the things that I don't currently have a use for, that I'll throw out if I don't have the space. But if I can at all possibly get myself the space, it would be awesome to keep them. So anyway, we've got a lot of researches that we can still do, and I think it's currently like day 15, and we need to get to day 60 to do one of the researches required to upgrade. So we've got, I would guess, what is it, another 15 hours of gameplay in the Mesolithic era, or around then, somewhere between 10 and 15 hours, I think, before we get to the next age. So we've got a lot of time to just explore, gather basic resources. So yeah, we're going to be here for a while. It's going to be slow. We're stuck on wooden tools. We're pretty much stuck with no farming. So it'll be really good to get basic breeding so that we've got a good food source. But we're going to be cooking on a campfire, not even on in a furnace or anything like that. So it's going to be slow and steady. But yeah, it should be pretty chill. What researches? The only research I've completed from the Mesolithic era is leather satchels at the moment. So it allows me the second row in the chests. I am yet to decide what to aim for next. Honestly, probably farming. While I can't use wheat, I do need it for researchers. And since I don't need wheat for anything, apart from research, it's not going to be something I... what's the word? aim to get quickly and easily. So I sort of need to start early so I can collect it slowly and still get enough. Alright, let's move that over there. I might put you guys on camera for now. And you'll just have to wait for a moment while I change some of my settings in game. I took down a lot of the settings to try and allow the game to work on Saturday. Now I've got to go and put them all back, and I guess hope that they work today. So just give me a few moments to run through the bits and pieces. I think turning the trees off was probably the worst thing to look at. Fast trees are absolutely appalling. Alright, let's see if we can load into the world. I actually tested the server and it was working earlier today, so if it fails now, it's going to be because I'm trying to stream and play on a server at the same time on a bad internet connection. So we'll see how it goes. If it does fail, I should be able to play the single player world with no issue though. It just puts a strain back on my computer. Oh well, it looks like we're working. So let's transition across. It'll crash now, but you know, it was working. Let's turn the music down just a touch, I think. Yeah, one of the things I did over the weekend was get a subscription to a service called Epidemic Sound. For those of you who follow a lot of YouTube streamers, you possibly have heard of this service before. It allows streamers access to music that they can play on their streams. It's none of it's well-known music or anything like that. As far as I've come across anyway. So you won't be hearing any pop music or any music from films that you know or anything like that, but it should allow us to have decent music in the background. Come on. It looks like it's crashed. Yep. Server's telling me I disconnected. Well, that's not an exception I've heard before. Okay. I have a feeling that will mean it will kick me off a second time. I'm guessing it's just taking too long. The server is struggling. I use this particular server for multiple different purposes, which means that it has to do a whole heap of things at once. And I didn't design the machine for it. It was my gaming machine before I purchased this laptop. So while it is decently powerful, it is currently... Well, it was designed for games, not for serving. That's looking good. It's also the dead of night. And looks like we're back at spawn. Great. Alright, let's dig a hole. Looks like we're stuck here overnight. I need a 2x2 hole because of the no cubes. Alright. That should give us some safety. It also means that whatever I was holding, I no longer have access to. That's a problem. Guess the question is, was I holding anything important? Might be a good idea to log out of the server, log into the single player world, and just take note of what I've got. Pardon me, as frustrating as that is, now that we're finally in the server. I guess for those watching the stream, prepare for glitchiness. It does not like streaming and loading the single player world at the same time. Hopefully you only get visual glitches, not audio, but we shall see. Yeah, there's audio glitches. This music reminds me of Titanic. It's obviously not, but yeah. The choir, the note sequences reminds me a bit of the opening piece as they're showing the Titanic leaving the harbour of wherever it is. Where did I spawn in? Where did I spawn out? Oh, that's right. I killed a spider at 2 FPS. Alright. Wrong button. Let's see what I have in here. And I'll just take a note in a notepad off to the side and I'll cheat. I'll give myself the resources on the server. Because for some reason, the bits and pieces haven't swapped over. I could just put everything in a chest. That might be the easiest option. But then I have to close down the server, recopy across the files. That's probably the best option. Given that the arm is there. Nope, going the wrong direction. Yeah, given that the arm is there, I can't do much. Oh yes, I did kill a lot of seeds. I feel really disoriented. Yep, don't fall into the water, I can't swim yet. Yeah, I noticed without the, this is all flowing water, in case you couldn't notice, which I can't. But yeah, when actually that may not be the flowing water. I think I'm on the wrong side. That is the flowing water. Maybe? Around here, this section. That's only one deep, I can't go across that. Yeah, all this is flowing. I can't see it flowing. But yeah, you take off the shaders and it's quite obvious that it's flowing. Alright, let's put the stuff in a chest. And I'm quite happy to cheat. Put them where they shouldn't fit. Because I will be pulling it all straight back out again. Once I finish the swap over. Alright. Nope. So, you'll just have to give me a couple of moments for me to shut down the server, swap the files around. Looks like I closed the program. And just delete the server files off the computer, off the server. taking longer than I expected it to. A lot of MCA files. Anyone know what they are? Alright. Copy and paste across. It's amazing how much longer it takes to upload files when I'm already uploading a stream. Yeah, tell me what you think of the new music too. I've got cinematic scores on at the moment, which I think is good for just sort of background music. I enjoy listening to cinematic music regardless, but I think behind a game, it's probably the best option I could go for. But there are other options. Nearly there. Well, nearly finished the uploading. Then I still have to start the server, but that's beside the point. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the issues on Saturday were just because I didn't restart after the... What's it called? Driver update. I had a driver update that I didn't expect, and by the time it finished, it was like 5 to 1, and I was supposed to start streaming at 1, so I just went, don't have time to do a restart, let's start streaming. Shouldn't be that much of an issue. Apparently I was wrong. And realistically, I should have known better. It was just issue after issue. Funny enough, I was trying to use my other devices later on Saturday and Sunday as well. Every piece of technology I touched for those 2 days just had a hernia. It would crash, it would have issues. It was just not a good 2 days from that point of view. So yeah, I think I ended up reading a book and just leaving technology alone for a little while. It obviously wanted a break from me. Man, there are some weird errors. Just in the startup of the server, you get to see all the errors and warnings that come from the mods. There are a lot of them. Like is it 100,000 lines, I think, for one of the logs that I was looking through. Just full of errors and things. That was a crash, to be fair. There's not quite that many for a regular run, but still there's a lot of them. Just, it looks like they've upgraded from older versions. Servers up. So yeah, when they upgrade from older versions, they don't fix all the issues. And it works, technically. But it's just, it throws errors, even if it works in the end. Like for some of them, it's biomes, so plenty. It looks like there's biomes that I assume they had in older versions of the mod, but they don't now. And they're broken. It expects to find them, it goes looking for them, it can't find them, and so it throws an error. But it continues on, which I should say is good programming. It doesn't just kill itself just because it can't find one item. Still. Alright. How am I back here? I was going to say and the holes disappeared, but I deleted the hole, so that's fair. Is that a death marker? Oh, it is a death marker. I was doing a test before. I didn't think that'd be kept. Yeah, I jumped down that hole, if you remember seeing it. And just had an explore underwater. So I actually didn't think this was the world I was playing on. I am walking, I'm not even running. And the server is telling me I'm moving too quickly. So I've got to come all the way down here. I've got to walk it, and I've got to get there before night, which is in 7 hours. Doable, I think. Possibly a bit tight without running. I just look at that. Those buildings are so much nicer. And this gameplay is so much smoother. Just moving most of the work off to the server has made things a lot easier. And my computer is a lot happier. Those don't look like flowers. They're not. I didn't think they were carrots either, but I'm not going to complain about that. I think I've got carrots already. Doesn't make this any less special, but it becomes just a food source then, rather than a seed as well. No fire, interesting. Oh, they're pigs. Those are very black pigs. These are just flowers and ferns and trees. More flowers. I think they're roses. Is that another village? Or a different aspect of the same village? No, it's another village. Nope. Hoping there were more plants. The half slabs are an interesting addition. I don't know what mod added the slabs. Half slabs. I don't know what mod added the slabs in. But they're a little bit pointless when you've got the no cubes. In fact, it makes it worse. Makes it stepped again. Once again, it's just an example of what happens when you cobble together other people's mods. The mods aren't bad, but adding a whole heap of different mods together just results in weird situations where one person tries to fix the problem one way and another fixes it another way, and you end up in a situation where you've got two fixes for the same problem that actually conflict. Like that, you've got the slabs that make the hills more a nicer gradient. Where am I going? Ah, I should have continued the way I was going. Okay. Yeah, where the slabs fix the gradient, it makes the hills smoother. It's good. But when you add the no cubes in, and the slabs don't have the no cubes aspect, yeah, it ruins the effect. So it's one of those times where if I was doing the coding myself, well, I wouldn't know how to fix half the problems, but the problems that I would fix wouldn't have clashes because I'd fix them with my own solutions in mind, or with the mods that I'm planning on using. so I'd know that I intend to use no cubes, and so I wouldn't put the slabs in. That sort of thing. Whoa. I forgot that was there. I nearly fell into that. Too busy looking at my existing home to pay attention to the massive hole in the ground, which I've nearly fallen into multiple times now. I think one of my first major terraforming activities will be to cover that hole, because at the rate I'm going, I will fall into it, and I will die, and I will lose all my stuff and my streak of not dying. I assume that is the chicken grave. We are back home. And I get all the and I've lost my skin. Alright, 2, 3, 5, 1, and 4. Now, what research was I doing first? Anybody remember? Was it farming? I think I wanted to get boats. One of the worst things is I've lost all my map data. It's not the end of the world, but it is frustrating. Alright. So I have everything I need for boats. I should have pretty close to everything I need for the seeds. Alright, so let's do that. Let's do those 2 researches and go from there. So 25 apiece. Sorry, 25 gravel per section. Two, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. The water can just hover in the air. It's like it really does make it look a lot better, but there's weird visual things like that. You know what? That was one too many. Let's not put it there. I'll dig into the hill 1 block. I missed. I must say that is one of the issues with the no cubes. It can make it a little bit difficult to hit the hitboxes. Yes, your muscle memory says one thing, and then it's just off the actual. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. There's your chests. But then I need that much for rafts. Yeah, I thought so. So I then need signs, not spruce signs, not fir signs. I don't think I have any. I ran out, didn't I? Alright, let's go find some birch. Are those spruce? I think so. What are the chances of this birch tree actually having logs in it now? Please. That looks so awesome coming down. Yay! One log. Yeah, well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Hey, I haven't seen my sleeping bag. There it is. I have seen it now. Yeah, my server's running 8 seconds behind on average. I do wonder how my systems would go with a normal Minecraft server. Every time I've run a Minecraft server, I've run it with mods. And every time I've run a Minecraft server, it's run behind, let's say. I would be interested to see how it would go if I didn't overload the poor thing with mods. Wow. It just evaporated. Come on. Hey, at least 2 logs. That is good. Alright, let's put these birch growy things down. I'm not allowed to do plantations, but I can allow them to grow on their own. So theoretically I probably should just be throwing the seeds out and they'll grow where they grow. But if I plant them randomly, it's sort of the same thing. I feel like it's nearly night again. But it's just early in the morning. Top of the morning to you. For those of you who don't know, that's Jacksepticeye says that frequently. I don't watch his streams a lot, but apparently it's enough. So this can be research rafts. So I need to put in the 64 logs, and I will also need to put in 1 iron coin. This is research, what was it called? Accidental farming? Ah, it even fit. And I think I spelled it right. I don't know. Accidental, could be right, could be wrong. No clue. Alright, let's see if I can find some seeds. You're not going to find them in the dirt chest. I need 2 iron coins. No other seeds, however. Well, let's finish that. So that's 2, 6, 9. That's 9. There's my seeds. There's 64. I want at least 2 of them left. So let's just leave it at that for now. So I said I had 9 seeds, I think. Oh, that's a research. I think this is 2. There we go, that's what I was expecting. And there's the birch I wanted. Oh well. Hey, that's an empty storage. Nice. That was a research. I don't think I have enough seeds. So that's 269. Actually, I do have enough. So that's 64. I only need 10 more. So I need one more. There you go. There's accidental farming. So let's just put up here then. Oh well, that looks awesome. There is a button. Actually, let's see if I can find it. Control keybinds. I should be able to change how a block appears. Let's choose some bits. Create, curious. Just enough items. No cubes. N. Ah, that's why the O didn't work the other day. I? Nope. P? Oh, P works. So N. Let's look at that block then and press N. Okay, do I set myself to OP? Actually, that won't hurt. Now does it work? In a manner of speaking. Why does it not connect? Okay, that's not going to work. Seems to be making them separate to... There we go. It's got fur boats, but no chest. Go figure. Alright. That was a completely useless place to put it. How about... That wouldn't be calcite, would it? Salt. That is the first time I've ever seen salt. Oh, I can swim now too. That's even better. Anyone know what salt's for? I have no clue. That looks like more salt down there. There's a lot of salt in here. Alright. Dried salt, bath salt. Just normal salt, please. Water bottle. Can be smelted into salt. Okay, so they assume it's always salt water. Yep, wrong button. What do you use it for? Fruit cake? Crab leg? Didn't know they were crabs. Cheese? Alright. Potato chips? Olive oil, there you go, I can get oil. Not that I've seen any olives. So it's Croptopia that seems to use it more than anything else. What was that? Vanilla. Wow. Okay. Now, while I am allowed to swim, it's mild swimming, not like to the bottom of an ocean. So I feel like exploring the depths of this moat, like it's a river, but it's got no inlet, it's got no outlet, and it just surrounds an island with a town on it. Like, that's a moat. Anyway. You can see me glitching backwards. That's the server thinking I'm moving too quickly. So I'm thinking about settling my first real town here. So it's on the other end of the island to the existing village. But building here will allow me to because I want this to be my... Get me out of the trench. I want this to be the core of my capital city. So I sort of want the start of my city to be in the core area. That's an engineer's workshop. So this is for immersive engineering. Theoretically, nearby there should be at least one crate with immersive... Yeah, there it is. Steel mechanical components, nickel nugget, copper ingots. Nothing particularly useful in there, but the crate itself is useful. So I can't steal anything from here. I'm exploring because I'm interested in seeing what's here, but I can't actually do anything in space. So this is a regular Minecraft village by the looks of it. All of these buildings look familiar, so it's not one of the upgraded ones. Bit disappointing, but also probably good. I'm likely to knock the majority of this place down. Are there chests at the top of the towers of those churches? Let's clear off that death spot, hey? Oh, there's two churches. Yeah, so I'd sort of like this is a reasonably big island without being absolutely massive. And I like the idea of making this my main space. It does have a moat. It is disconnected from the mainland, which means I can make that place entirely safe without a wall. Have to light an entire island, but that's not outside of the realm of possibilities. So I would sort of like to set up over here. Yeah, maybe I will. Because realistically, that space, while it's big-ish, it's not that big. When you start putting buildings there, it's going to fill up very quickly. So choosing a larger place would be good. Something like around here. Or here. I just have to clear out a lot of these flowers to gain access to the land. But this has already also been my home place. But I guess I can move. I think that's a turtle. So yeah, I think I'll move to here. Eventually I'll knock down the majority of the city, or the original village. I'll have my own over here. And that gives me easy access to the ocean too. And when I do expand and cover the whole place, this can either be a port, so a bridge will come across to here and I'll put a port here, because this is a river connected to the ocean both sides. This is another island. Or I can build a canal and just go straight through it. So yeah, I think I'll build over here. It is becoming nighttime again. There's good height there too. It's very weird. I want to build on flat land because it makes it easy to build. But I would also like a bit of height around the place, because that's where you build your nice big buildings that you want visible from everywhere. This is a nice spot. So let's build here. And it gives me access to spruce by the looks of that. Turn it down to 120. Yeah, cool. So I won't be moving the original chests for two reasons. One, they're there. And two, more to the point, it will be part of my village in time, and it'll be cleared out at that point. Man, I wouldn't build up there. Where is that? Like, just look at the surrounds. It's like, yeah, this is what I've wanted. Legitimate, real looking terrain generation. And Minecraft, as much as I like it, just doesn't have good terrain generation. It just doesn't feel realistic. Like, it looks cool, but it just doesn't feel realistic. Whereas this, that is something I could legitimately find in the real world. Probably not that, but I can't even say what that is. But that, yeah. So I'll put a tower or something up there, I think. Who knows, that could either be a sacred site. I was thinking I'd put a sacred site up there, but we'll see. Right, now I'm looking for that exposed stone. That wasn't the exposed stone I was looking for. I don't even think I can get down there safely. Yeah. Maybe I can. May not be able to get back out again though. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to touch this. I think in time, when I get sacred sites, I'm going to build a sacred site down there. I end up having to put a fence around it so I don't fall down it. it is. As I said, fence so I don't fall down it. I passed it. More copper, it's always nice. Obviously I don't know what it is yet and I can't do anything with it, but it's good to have it there. I don't want that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 should be enough, I think. I'm just making another one of those pillars. So first of all, I need a crafting bench, and I need gravel for the crafting bench. That's a problem. I do not have enough gravel. Okay. Where'd my boat go? Should be somewhere around here, I think. Is it at that tree maybe? Oh, we'll find out. That is completely the opposite direction of where I'm going. Like usual. So nice not to have to be scared of water anymore. Why is there a butterfly in my boat? Okay. So we'll end up, of course, moving some items over to the new area. The research chest will definitely stay here. And the other chests will stay here. They're just going to slowly empty themselves out. As I grab this and I grab that, because I need gravel or I need X, Y, Z. So it will slowly empty itself out. Should be enough for a couple of runs, a couple of buildings. Let's just go around this way for the sake of it. I think I'll end up closer to the location anyway. See these hills? It's going to add character to the new settlement. There's already animals on the location too. At the very least I'll have sheep, which is a source of food. Alright. So first of all, I'm gonna run out of shovel. So while I do some basic construction here, I think I might just briefly discuss, I don't know, my plans for all this, streaming in general. I don't see myself as a streamer. I am a creator. It may seem a little bit weird to disconnect things like that, but there is a reason, at least in my head. I do stream, obviously, as I'm here streaming, but it's not my only desire, purpose, something along those lines. Shovel! I do more than just streaming. That's the wrong tool for the job. I'm really distracted. I cannot do two things at once. Ah, that works on leaves? No. I spend a lot of my days writing, so I'm an author. I do not have any published works at the, well, saleable published works. I do have a single fanfiction chapter out at the moment. Another chapter will be coming out in the next couple of days, actually. What's the date? Somewhere near the end of this March. So I'll have another chapter come out for free, theoretically on the 1st of April. It is currently written, but it is in beta form. Yeah, I haven't actually gone through and edited it yet, so I've got to do that before the 1st. I had hoped to get another couple of chapters written as well, so that it would be finished. Because the next chapter to come out is a part 1 of 3, maybe? We'll see what happens. And I was hoping to have all the parts written before I release the first one out, just so I could edit the chapters and make them work together nicely in case I had to change things. But obviously that's not going to work out. I want a little bit more space. But yeah, so I am an author. I am a streamer. I create. I don't do any one type of creation alone. I like creating in general. So my streams will not just be games. Sometimes I will stream cooking. Sometimes I will stream doing artwork. I don't expect those things will be overly regular. Partly because it's very different to stream cooking or doing art. And I can't say I'm particularly good at art either, so yeah, there's that aspect as well. I am a okay musician. Guess depending on who you ask. And what instrument you're talking about. I think my voice is probably the best of the instruments at the moment. I can do some piano, but it can take me a while to learn pieces. So yeah, it's just, I am a creator. So I do have a Patreon account. You're welcome to go over and support me in that way if you would like. It's not expected or required by any means, but it is an option. I suspect I will get more Patreon from my writing than anything else. Streaming, you've got the option of subscriptions and stuff as well. So sheep. Alright, Brandon, give up on flatland concept. Let's build it here, I think. Just looking for a good place to build the pillar. I actually don't know how I'm supposed to build another fireplace. I think I'll be going back to the other location again. Should have thought about that first. But yeah, just don't be surprised if you find me streaming something other than games. Because yeah, I do intend to do so. So much lavender. How much do I need? 8. Yeah, no, definitely has to be another one high. Ah, I did get it. And then the fire can go on top of that. I just have to get some charcoal. Now let's build a storage location as well, which can go down in this divot. And that will be the last of my gravel too, I think. Yeah, so for those who do want to support through Patreon, it's Selden_terrified, I believe. Might put the link in the VOD, the YouTube VOD. I don't know, it may actually already be in Twitch, I don't remember. But yeah, it has been set up at the moment from my writing perspective. So yeah, I'll possibly end up changing some of the benefits just so they fit better with the multi-case. So it'll fit all the different scenarios. I'm not sure I really want all this lavender. I don't even think I've got a use for it. I don't think I can crush it. I don't think I can create dye out of it. I just think it's there for general decoration. But in case I'm wrong, I will collect it so that I don't go, I wish I hadn't wasted all that. And it will be nice for decoration. I just have a feeling I'm going to have a lot more than I ever need for decoration purposes. But there you go, I can get purple dye from it. So there is a benefit to it. So, what should we call this city, guys? that'll be the next thing. Once I light this pillar, I will put up a sign on the pillar with the name of this settlement. So I'll get rid of the cobblestone because I can't actually use that anyway. I should have food on me at all time. It would be very unwise for me not to. I don't want the oak saplings either, which gets rid of that. Let's throw them out. And go find that boat again. Well, there's a butterfly there and there's a pink dot. So let's go that way. This is so much smoother than when I was playing in single player. Did I walk the wrong way? Yes. It's up here. You know, it's probably just faster for me to walk across the river than finding my boat every time. Oh. Okay. Animals, you're not supposed to steal my boat. There, go and escape. Let me have my boat back. Oh, I need sunglasses in-game. Legitimately. Hey, I never created a fishing rod, did I? No, I did. Don't know where it went. I would need the meat. Maybe that's what I should work on next. No, because I've got the bread. Meat can wait a little bit. Like, it won't be wasted, but it can wait. I love the fact that that village has cats. I don't actually remember what the spawning requirements are for cats, but I'm just so happy to have them there. Now, let's find the charcoal. Well, that was hard. Also found my fishing rod. The rest of that can stay, at least for now. Refined wood. It's charcoal. I guess that's probably true. So one of the other things will be moving or creating a marketplace over there as well. Frustrating thing is I can't make a dock. I can clear some space for my boat just to make it a little bit more obvious, but I can't make a dock per se. Alright, and let's tear this one down. Actually, I might just tear it down that far. It says, hey, yeah, this was a settlement, but it's no longer anymore. Just leaves history behind. I wonder what I can do with ash. It looks like that was the wrong key. I love just enough items. It makes my life so much easier. I can get a pile of ashes. Don't really think that's overly useful. Fertilizer. Okay. Hey, it gives a good use for rotten flesh too. Yes, what do you use fertilizer? No clue. Alright. Still, not useful now. I don't really have farming. That's a couple of different versions of fertilizer now I've got. Anyway. So that's a birch for my signs. That's a fishing rod. Charcoal. Let's have a brief look at my... So I want sticks and leaves. Maybe I collect my leaves while I'm over here. Yeah, then it's meat and... Yeah, alright. So, let's get leaves. Before I leave here. That was very bad. Just shoot me now. Let's find some planks. It's actually funny how short I am on timber. So now I get to see no is the answer. Why ever not? Alright. I hate doing that. I legitimately got shears, a mod, to give me wooden shears, and it still doesn't do what I want. Anyway, that's one of those things where I can probably create a version of the mod myself reasonably easily. But by the time I do so, I won't have a need for it anymore. The trees grow the leaves back, don't they? I might just leave these trees leafless. I'll leaf them alone once I've de-leafed them. I was trying to find another pun, but I can't think of a verb for de-leafing that isn't, like, that is actually a real verb. Alright, I need more leaves. So I've got enough for the research. However, I also need leaves for the reason I'm doing the research, which, for those who have decent memory, I can build huts with leaves. It's actually an interesting mod that I found accidentally. Frustratingly so, actually. I went looking for a mod like this a couple of months ago. Couldn't find one for the life of me. Went looking for a different purpose and found exactly the mod that I was looking for months ago. And just went, okay, so it's a new mod. Look at the date it was released. Nope, it's been out for ages. I just couldn't find it when I wanted it. Oh. Give the back a bit of a crack. So these huts look awesome. At least they look like they should look awesome. They also are interdimensional spaces. You can create these things, put them down, put your stuff in them, and then go back outside, hit them with a hammer, and they turn into an item in your backpack. And you get to move them, and all the stuff moves inside it. That includes your chests, your bed, your armory equipment. Like, it's just everything. Everything moves with it. When you're in there, you can't be attacked by monsters. because monsters don't exist in that realm. It is another dimension, like the Nether. It's just, yeah. It's not quite what I was looking for, but it fills all the needs. Alright, let's pick up the sticks from this place. Part of me wants to grab the gravel, but I don't have much storage over there at the moment. Actually, I may as well use the rest of the shears. Yeah, leaves grow back. Cool. There we go. What was I looking for? Sticks. Surely there's more sticks around here. Research leather satchel, research raft, research farming. No sticks. Dirt. Seeds. Research fire or something like that. Research burials. Gourds. Storage. There's some. Oh look, I made wooden shears already. Didn't remember that. A knife. Efficiency 5 for a knife. I don't think that would have much of a benefit. Yeah, definitely went farming. Fishing. Research. Research. I have a lot less sticks than I expected to have. Oh well, I can make them en masse. I assume this is a bug in Minecraft, or possibly one of the mods, but when you run, when you're using a boat, it doesn't take up any saturation. So you can go at high speed in a boat for infinite without using any food. So it is by far the fastest mode of travel at the moment. And realistically will probably stay that way for the majority of the game until we get to steam power and create trains and things like that. And that's assuming they're actually reasonable speed items anyway. And I said stop. Ah, I pressed the wrong button. Alright, let's clear out this space so that I can easily find my boat when I go to look for it. It'll be a space without purple everywhere. That should be obvious on the map, yes. Right, now I might also... Oh, I love that. I can actually see the pillar from the shoreline. So I might also create a path to it. Like, not an actual path. But a cleared space of purple. I love those. Actually, realistically, I'm not creating a full path. But I should be able to do that, which will actually more annoy me than anything else as I go between fast and slow. But I think that's a reasonable improvement. Now, I want that there, that there, that there. I also want and now we cheat. Yes, a train just honked their horn. Now, let's go across to the village, because I actually don't know how the syntax works for the village signs. So I'll go over and have a look at theirs. Let's be on alert. I'm right on top of creatures. I assume they're underground, given that I can't see them. Entering Leeside. So does anybody have any suggestions for a name for this village? So the one at the top of the hill, this one here, is called Leeside. Area in square brackets. Alright, well that's not hard at all. West, southwest. Right on point. West, south, west. Right. Just looking up some town name options. Ekron, Ormkirk, Willowdale. Willowdale sounds nice. Apart from the fact that there's no willows. Edinburgh? No. Oakhart. I like that. Oakhart. And we are in Oakheart. I think I have to restart the server for it to come into effect. If I remember correctly, a little glitch with it. Alright. I needed gravel. So I do not have enough here. Alright. I am going to grab all the gravel. I will actually run out of gravel at the rate I'm going. It's all stone. I was hoping there was some gravel there. I can't believe I went right past my home. Old home. Now, what was I coming here to grab? Gravel. There's a zombie just under the water. Not only can I defeat it, which gives me experience and coinage, but I also don't want it that close to the village. Ooh, and copper. What is chalcolithic? That looks like a catfish or something. Koi fish? Koi? Alright. Let's just pause for half a second. Chalcolithic. Ah, okay. It was the very beginning of the Copper Age, Bronze Age. in Britain. So it looks like it's a period of transfer between the Neolithic and the Bronze Age. People were just starting to work with bronze, or copper more to the point, before they'd even found the whatever it's called, compound. Alloy, that's the word I was looking for. Wooden tools break so quickly. Where'd all my sticks go? I found all the sticks. I must have had them on me. It's weird. Don't know why I had them on me, but I won't complain. As I said, hitboxes. It makes it harder to put down blocks, that's for sure. Yeah, there's a point there where I was taking it off when I think I was building a wall at one point. And I took off the ability to no, words just failed. I need coinage. Oh well. I guess I know I've got the coinage, so I'll just go and put it in later. It's not that I still need to collect it, it's just not in this location. Actually, no, we're not doing that. While that is correct, it's cheating. I will go back and collect it. Just not right now. So I won't finish the research right now. I need a second storage space. Ooh. Oops. That wasn't intended. The semi-frustrating thing is I'm using a whole heap of gravel to the point where I may have to grab extra. Only for me to have no use for it once I get out of the... Actually, maybe even Mesolithic era. No, it'll still be used in the Neolithic. Now, where'd those signs go? need that on me. I need that on me. May as well keep that on me. That means I can get rid of 3 of them. So much lavender. Can I put it into blocks or something at least? Not that way. Not that way either. No. I must say, the Conquest Reforged lavender looks nice. Maybe I should change the texture for that. It's not a difficult task. Might go down and plant those by the waterside before it becomes night. It is day 36. Okay, I'm not entirely sure how we got that late. But I'm certainly not complaining. Means we're over halfway. Still need the wheat, but over halfway in time to get to the next polytheism. Oh, I moved from my laptop screen to my ultra wide so I can see a lot better. It's actually a lot easier to see at night now. Which also makes it a lot easier to accidentally find myself in the middle of night, but that's beside the point. Alright. So I need leather. Realistically, I need a lot of wheat. So after this, I can do nothing except for just wait for my crops to grow. So I'll just further explore. Though realistically I could steal the wheat from a village at this point. Because the idea is now I know where to get it. Well, I know that it's useful, which is how I found out it can grow. Because I was eating it and I threw away the husks, not all of them eaten, and it's visible the next year where we were concentrated as a community. That's the whole idea. So the accidental farming is happening at the moment, where we're eating the stuff and we're dropping it. Might as well grab that too. Rest of that can stay there. How to get the tent. There's a lot of the food I need already. Might pull that with me. How to get food? Oh, pork. Alright, so I'll be able to build a hut. I won't be able to build... wrong way. Won't be able to build portable ones, like the game mechanic they are, but in terms of my rules they won't be. I need to get a whole heap of leather to get tents and movable versions. So still got a way to go there. But it will make my settlement feel more like a settlement. So much lava is up there? Must be a lava lake. I assumed it was just a single source block. But it looks like there's a lava lake up there. Alright, and now that's that research done. Which means, once I find all the sticks that I've apparently hidden, I just have to, and the leaves, I just have to remember how to build those and how many I might need. Let's just get 9, hey? So I assume that will be enough. There we go. Didn't need that many. But I won't probably use it. It would appear you can't build. Oh, you can increase them with more of those wall sections. Look at all the different types of hammer. Not a single one I was looking for. Tent. Mallet. Okay. Thing is, I think I need iron for it. I do. Alright, I do want the tent canvas, but I'll give myself the 2 iron nuggets. I don't have wool with me, do I? Oh well, I am on an island with sheep. So... looking for shears. Apparently, they're not... Oh, there they are. Surely I can shear a sheep with wooden shears. If I can't, I have no clue what the whole mod's for. There we go. I only need 2. 1 sheep was enough. Alright. No. I should have known it was not iron bar. That doesn't look good. That is particularly unhelpful. I'm supposed to be able to see the framework, so I actually have a chance of building these. Anyway. Maybe use gravel. Oh well, I can build the rest of the walls. I must say, it does make building this a lot harder. There we go. And just build these ones. And that should be the hut complete. Oh dear. Well, there's a hut. So this is the size of my new home. I thought the world had crashed. Oh dear. Well, that's certainly an issue. Ah, there we go. It just took some extra time to load in. Alright, so there's going to be some inconveniences about that. But it does work, and it's our first hut. Maybe I don't use that particular one. Well, rain really makes it hard to see. farming. Let's go check the farming plot. Hello, snake. Oh. So what I want to do now, it's actually a bit hard. I want to explore, but if I explore, then I end up too far away from my farms in order to collect the wheat. Still, I think we shall explore tomorrow. Though to be fair, I can't take my sleeping bag with me. We're getting a little glitchy. Yeah, because we're now running an average of 12 seconds behind. I wonder what caused the increase in lag. It's not good, whatever it is. As you can see, we're a little bit glitchy. And it's now well and truly night time. Probably left it a touch too late to go to sleep, but anyway. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Don't know how I managed it, but I got that the right size. Oh, yay. Did I run out of birch signs again? Three, so it's 50. I've got 51 pieces of meat there, and I only need 64. Alright, before I go exploring, let's go fishing. I'm gonna get the extra 14 pieces of meat that I need. Nope, not of wheat. 14 pieces of meat. Close to wheat. Who knows, I might get some wheat as well. That would not be a sad outcome. One. Given that I have to go and kill cows, not entirely sure why I'm fishing. But we're going to keep fishing anyway. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of fishing in the real world, so I'm not sure why I want to do it in the game. But there is something a little relaxing about fishing. Nope. At least you don't have to worry about putting more lure on the line. There you go, I got a crab. I think that's the first thing I've got from Croptopia. Assuming that is a Croptopia crab anyway. To be fair, not entirely sure how I got a crab when my line is that far out into the river, but we're not going to complain. Pufferfish. That's not helpful at all. I've heard you can use it in potions, but I don't use potions, so... And I'm definitely not at the point of potions at the moment. I probably will actually use potions this run through. But we're just a long way away from it, so... A clam! What on earth do you do with a clam? What are the chances of getting a pearl from it, do you think? I'm guessing this is another crab? No, it was a cod. That was actually helpful. Oops. Knock out my earpiece. Which are actually hurting today. I'll be interested to see what percentage battery my phone is at the end of this. So it's plugged in today, which is better than what happened last Wednesday when I forgot to plug it in and it went flat. But I don't know whether it can transfer enough power to the device compared to how much it's using to run the camera. So I may find that it extends the life of my phone battery, so I can use it for longer as a camera, but I may find that I still end up with a pretty much dead phone by the end of it all. We'll find out at the end of the stream. Leather boots. I'm not sure they're overly helpful. Oh well. The problem is I don't remember there being too many cows around. And in order to get tents, which gives me one of those buildings that I just built in a movable form, I need more leather in order to do that. My original intention was to breed the animals, so get breeding, and it's a very informal breeding, so you can't use animal pens or anything like that, but you can still feed the animals and get them to breed. So it still works, but I need a lot of wheat to do that. And we are sort of running out of days. I expect that by day 60, I will be ready to upgrade, or very close to upgrading to the next stage. The idea is I'll get to day 60, I'll build a sacred site and upgrade pretty much straight away. So I've got 22 days to do all the other research that's required to upgrade. So maybe I just ignore tents and I get it in the Neolithic era. Because once I upgrade to the next stage, any upgrades I don't already have automatically get understood. So I can just wait. They're not required upgrades in order to get to the next stage. So I could just ignore it. And I actually think there's minimal benefit. The fact is I've got the sleeping bag. I don't really need the the tent allows me extra storage. I can put a chest in there. I can walk around and it gives me an extra 2 rows of storage. In fact, I could put multiple chests in there and get more storage even. So it's not useless. But when have I gone exploring for that long? The closest I got was when I went off and found that massive flat-topped hill with a village at the top, where I intend to make another village of my own. What's with all these clams? There'd better be meat in these clams. Wow, that was quick. Tuna? Croptopia. Cooking it doubles its usefulness. Putting it in a sandwich nearly doubles it again. but I have no idea how to make it. Dried kelp, there we go. Clam. So there's clam from Croptopia and clam from Critters and Companions. Ooh, steamed clam is very good for you. Looks like it's rather difficult to make though. So, I guess I can call that meat. No clue what these things are about. Okay, what is it? Critters and Companions. Okay. The mod page doesn't give any indication that clams are a thing. So, I think we'll just call them the same as those. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I needed 9 or 10. So there you go. It took an entire day. And my farm got absolutely nowhere. But we have enough for cooking. Once I find another place to put another set of gravel down. I am going to have to keep an eye out for gravel. There's still a bit left, but we are running very low. Look at all those advancements that I've made, which I really have made before. Now normally these shrubs aren't a big issue, because when I finish doing that all the leaves just disappear. But for some reason they ain't doing that. So now I have to get rid of them all, manually. Just because that sounds like a really fun idea. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have used a tool for that. I keep forgetting to make the chests for these things. Two, 49, 50, 53, 54, 55, 60, 61. Did I miscount? 50, 53, 54, 55, 60, 61. Alright. It would appear I did miscount, which is particularly frustrating. Alright. I am 3 pieces of food short. Three pieces of meat short. That's the issue. I've got the food, just don't have the meat. Oh well, let's go fishing for 3 more pieces of food. Meat. Not the end of the world, just inconvenient. I thought I had enough. And you'll watch, you'll find it's a case of domestic blindness, but bone. That's not particularly unhelpful, but it wasn't what I was looking for. One. It was right there, and I pulled it in too early. Two. Just one more. Then I might go and check the wheat at the other place. Now I want to check what those water plants are on the other side of the river too. There's a chance they're wild wheat, or potentially some other grain. Either of which would be helpful. Wheat more so, but either one would be helpful. Supposedly there's rice in the game. 2 different forms now by the looks of it, and yet I have never seen either. Yeah, that looks like a flower to me. Yeah. That's another flower. So this is a flower I can't even pick up. It's rather disappointing. Wow, the bass on that song just jumped. I swear the cane used to look different. Maybe that's what it does when it's fully grown. Full height. I assumed those were goldenrods. I think that's the wild wheat. Still, it's not giving me any wheat, so whether it is or not doesn't really matter. What was I coming over here for? Check the wheat. Not grown. Alright. So eventually I want to end up back over there. So I've got now enough meat. Maybe I just do steal the wheat from here. I guess... Okay, let's have a look at the upgrade thing. I need wheat for polytheism, but I also need another 20 days for that. So there's no rush there. I need wheat for the Neolithic era, and I need wheat for the animal farming. Oh, heart attack there. Apparently my headset needs to be recharged soon. So, I need wheat for animals, I need wheat for polytheism, and I need wheat for the upgrade. All up, I need 100 wheat. Given that I can only grow 2, maybe 4 at a time. And it's been 2 or 3 days and I don't even have a single one. I think I will have to steal it. I walked right past it. Nine, 18, 27. I don't know. 81, 90, 99, more than 100. Was not very good at counting there. There are a couple that took me just a little bit too long, and that ended up with me confused. way down there. That'll be helpful for the next stage, but not helpful right now. There has to be a cavity under the village. There's a whole heap of monsters under the surface. Oh, cow. Whole heap of cows. Nice. Right, so my purpose now is to build a few more huts, I think. Expand this settlement a little bit. So 50, 53, 55, 60, 61, 64. There we go. It's these little shrubs I hate the most. These flowers are reasonably quick to remove, and they do look nice, if a little overdone. Love the fact I can beat leaves with a piece of bread. It's just you have beautiful landscapes, beautiful sunsets, and then you're beating leaves with a stick, with a loaf of bread. Stick would make more sense, sort of. So I should be on again tomorrow. Streaming tomorrow afternoon is the intention. At this point I still intend to play Minecraft tomorrow. But who knows, I might actually choose to play a different game and just yeah, do something different, I guess. Haven't made up my mind yet. So we shall see. But yeah, you'll find out tomorrow. It'll depend on how I feel. I am a bit of an obsessive person. I sort of get used to, or like, I enjoy playing something and I just keep playing it until I'm bored of playing it. So I would not be surprised to see me playing Minecraft tomorrow just because it's what I'm currently playing. But at the same time, it wouldn't overly surprise me if I ended up doing something different just for the day. So I made 9, so I need 6 per hut. So that's another hut. That's another hut. And that's another hut. Oh, you can't stack them. There you go. Learn something new. Let's go put these huts down. Do need the hammer. So I want one hut here. Don't currently have space for another one. I think there's enough for 2 here. Just by clearing out the flowers. Nice. However, let's just build out the general. So it's 1, 2, 3 space. Put it here. I think that might be a little bit too far over. No, that works. It should be there. Cool. Got the hay bales. So I can build the roof. Whoops. And suffocate myself. Sounds like a nice idea, doesn't it? Always wanted to die via suffocation. Maybe I should just point out that that was a joke. Yeah, if you notice we jump into the roof, blame my headset telling me they need a recharge. It's rather loud and sudden. Part of me wants a golden one now. Golden ones allows instant building, which I didn't particularly need. Like, I like the manual aspect of this. But the fact that the framework doesn't show up makes it a little frustrating. Day 1, 6 o'clock. How long until it figures out that we're not day 1? Alright. Ah, and there's the frames. Okay, that makes things a lot easier. Okay, so the problem is it's not loading in. So, whoops, just hit the microphone. So put down the tent, go into another existing tent, and then we should be okay. It doesn't really work when you're out in the wild, but it does make building a city faster. Cool, that's another one, I think. It doesn't really matter if I do find that I haven't built them. I can go back and build them later. I just love this manual aspect. Like, sure, you could call it frustrating and annoying and slow and boring and all that sort of stuff. But the fact is, I'm trying to build a civilization, and you don't. Rome wasn't built in a day. You do have to take time building up your bits and pieces. And this is so much easier than trying to actually build a normal building. So yeah, I really can't complain. I don't have to swap between blocks, I don't have to choose which block to use. I just come up with a hammer and it just builds it. And if I don't like its position, I can move it. And look at that, we've got a little town. Settlement, so. Now another storage could be good. Actually, when do I get the next storage? Pretty soon after upgrading. So still a while away, but not as far as it could be. So I need a fire pit for cooking. Should probably not be too close to the trees. I also need charcoal for it as well, which I don't have with me at the moment. What did I do? Let's try that again. So what I'm doing is I'm building a fire pit, which is going to include some cobblestone. I'm making this up on the spot, just to be clear. But yeah, it's going to include some cobblestone, and 4 campfires in the middle is the idea in my head at the moment. subject to change, but I think it'll work. So it's going to be one of the largest buildings in the village at the moment, in the settlement. But I don't think that's unfair or unreasonable, to be honest. Like that would seem to meet what I would expect. So it'll work out good. Yeah, I didn't think so. Two, that's 1, plus 2, plus 1, plus 1. 5, 10 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Apparently not. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need to have more cobblestone. Should maybe just keep clearing out that area given that it's so close to night. And I jumped again. Okay, I definitely broke it, thank you. There's a pig. It's a touch early again. Some chocolat. I do sometimes wonder why people don't get seasick watching others play games. like there are times when I'm moving my mouse very wildly. I try not to, for the sake of viewers. But you know, when you know what you're doing, it doesn't affect you. So me moving my mouse wildly doesn't affect me because I'm expecting it. I'm grounded, I'm centered. It's the viewers who all of a sudden get taken on this weird ride that I would not be surprised if it makes some people feel a little nauseous. Alright, let's see if I have enough stone now. That's concerning. I hate patrols. Oh well, they don't seem to be coming my way. Still, it's concerning to see them this close. Alright, I've just had one earbud die. Apparently they can work independently of each other though, which is an interesting advancement in technology. Leaves me feeling very one-sided though. There's a very silly part of me wanting to go and see if I can kill those marauders. But there is just enough intelligence left in me to know that that would be a silly decision. So I'm trying to be smart and stay away, but it is hard. Now I think I had space for 2. I do not have enough stone. Still, you should be able to see where I'm going with this now. I need another wooden pickaxe. I may actually have enough, but I'm not going to go all the way over there to find that I am 1 short or whatever. That was very nearly a minor disaster. Biggest problem will be is that I have a fear these guys will sneak up on me while I'm mining. But they don't seem to be coming my direction still, so we're good. Actually, it's probably questionable whether I should be doing this at all. I am allowed to dig cobblestone, but the rules are a little bit questionable. I'm not allowed to mine until the next stage, but I'm not mining for my own purpose. I am digging for the city's purpose, which has more permissions than I do. Still, it's a questionable situation. If they spread apart much more, I might actually be able to take them on. Still, it is still unwise. Okay, to be fair, this is well and truly too late for... I do not have the technology to have built that. That's Neolithic, if not later. But anyway, we're going to ignore that. It looks cool. Problem is, if I swap over to my speakers, we're going to have echo issues. But I don't really have any other options, viable options close by, so I'm a little stuck. This year piece is working for now. But once it dies, I'll have no audio. Maybe for that reason, I stop at 5. I do sort of need to make some dinner. And to be honest, my eyes are sore. Not entirely sure why, but I seem to be struggling to look at a computer screen for long periods of time. So it might just be a good idea to stop for the day at about 5. Let's get rid of some of the lavender here. It's not like I'm using it back at base anyway. Yeah, the wheat's not growing. Wheat's too far out. Actually, I will be running out of timber, I believe. So let's cut down a tree or two. Not that way. So yeah, I might stop streaming at 5. Or round about there. I'll go make some dinner and just enjoy some reading or something. I only got 2 logs out of that. There's another 2 logs. I guess I'm not using that much, am I? What am I using wood for? Logs. Oh, logs. Chests. And campfires. Campfires are my main use of them at the moment, I think. But yeah, I think chests are pretty much my real usage. There really wasn't that much usage of timber before then. I love having left that plinth. I'm not even sure that's the right word for it. Ugh. Stop picking up those saplings. Just go away. Get home and go to bed. What other researchers are left then? Whoops, don't run into the riverbank. There's animal feeding and there's tents. They're the only 2 left. So I might research animal feeding early tomorrow. Because I'll light the cooking pit before I go to bed tonight. Unless this takes much longer than expected. Have them on me. I was looking for them. I need 4, 8. I knew I had more logs. It's the furs. I don't have enough coal, do I? Charcoal. And I can't make any charcoal either. trouble, that's for sure. It is definitely night time, which means monsters are now spawning. And I have not yet lit this. Though for those of you who don't know, one of the mods here means that when I light a campfire, any hostile mob within a small distance will instantly burst into flames as if it were daylight. So they definitely didn't want to be near me when I just put all those campfires down. It doesn't mean they can't walk into it later, but... Alright, and with all those fires burning, let's go over here. So many creatures spawn at night, and not all of them hostile mobs. There are definitely a collection of hostile mobs though. Did not want to spell that right, did it? How much was it? 16. There was a much faster way of doing that. But that's alright, we can go slow. I put the iron in here, didn't I? Alright. I can now feed sheep, or cows, or chickens, or pigs. Actually, feeding pigs will be very difficult because I have a very limited supply of carrot. But I can do it. There's cooking, leather satchels, accidental farming, rafting and temporary huts all done, and animal feeding. So the only researchers left are polytheism, tents and the Neolithic era. Realistically, I will ignore tents, I think. Unless it takes a lot longer than I expect to do the last... I guess there's still 28 days to go. Still 28 days to go, so I may end up doing tents in the end. Because, yeah, we're 28 days away from doing polytheism. So, yeah. Alright, well, this is a decent sized settlement. And that's what I wanted. A decent sized settlement. I'll build another storage over here somewhere. I don't know where to build. Possibly over here. Oh, that looks good. Sort of surprised my hoe hasn't broken yet. But using it? Ah, it doesn't use any durability to do that. So the only durability that gets used is when I'm actually turning over soil for planting, which would explain why it has not yet broken, when I've broken, I think, pretty much every other tool I've got. At least once. So the question now begins, like, where's the centre of the city? Is it the centre pole, which was my original design, or is it the cooking place, which legitimately would become the centre of a city? But I think that's the case in all locations. That's too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not. I'm just confused. Is this 5? I have a feeling it's 4. There's 1, 2, 3, it's 4. Alright. Now I've got an empty inventory. What to now? I need 3 trading posts. I need... It would be good to put a trading post here. Actually, I guess for that reason, I should rebuild the other pillar. Because realistically, that is another settlement of mine. The fact that I have abandoned it doesn't matter, because I'm likely to choose one spot for my main city anyway, so I'm going to abandon all the rest. There's also the fact, though, that and despite the fact that it will eventually be swallowed up by the growing village, that still doesn't remove the benefit of having that over there. It is a decent distance. So keep that as a city or a village. Realistically, a trading output post. Though, how many cities do I need? 2. I could legitimately keep that as the second village and just have them grow together over time. Feels a little bit like cheating though. It's against the purpose. But I guess it fulfills the requirements so that if I manage to reach the time period, it will be good. Because I'll have one there, I'll have one there, and I'll have another one down here somewhere. That'll be 3 trading posts and 3 pillars. And I only need 2. So yeah, no, that will work. Actually, the 20 gold's going to be the issue. I do not have 20 gold. Alright. Well, it is 5 o'clock. And I'm ready to leave this village. This village is now as upgraded as it can be. Until I get polytheism, at which point I'll put a sacred site somewhere. Probably up on top of that hill over there. About where that house is. I might actually pull down that house, to be honest, to build a sacred site there. But this is my village. The start of my village. And yeah, I'll go next time I'm on, possibly tomorrow, whether I play Minecraft or another game. I'll rebuild the pillar over here and just call that the second village. Put a couple of huts over there. And then I'll take a trek down here to find that other place that I wanted, and we'll build down there. Alright. Well, it has been nice playing. Thank you all for coming along and watching. And yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow at 1 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. That's a mouthful, let me tell you. Or at least that's my intention. I feel like I'm really enjoying Minecraft and I would like to continue playing, but at the same time I think it might be a good chance to go and play something else, so we'll see how I feel tomorrow. I may feel like playing Minecraft, and so I'll just play Minecraft anyway, but I don't know, playing something else, PlayTup, or actually nearly played some Age of Empires today, so we'll see. Might play something else tomorrow. Alright, but been nice to be with you guys again, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the nice forest and the sound of rain for a couple of minutes while I shut down.